guess everyone go with the cameras. All right, start with an opening statement from Coach McCaslin, and then jump right into questions. Coach.
Yeah, what an awesome atmosphere. What an unbelievable basketball team Arizona is. And, you know, going into this game, when watching them on film, how physical they are and the way they dominate the paint, we just talked about just have to be a hit-first mentality, and if you don't hit first, then you're losing on everything, on transition defense, when they're at the rim, sealing, when you're in a ball screen, if you're not the most physical, aggressive one, when the shot goes up, if you're not hitting first. And I thought basically if you can, you know, we were 26 to 26 in the paint. That's the stat of the game, and pretty much matched them on the glass. And we didn't limit the free throw attempts. But, man, I love the fight of this team, and these two guys wouldn't let us lose. That's it. That's what I'll tell you. I mean, JT Toppin was not going to be denied at the end of this game. His collective fight, the way these guys have been practicing every day, I mean, we've practiced as hard these last couple weeks as we have all year long. And you don't come into this building and have a chance to win unless you're fighting and competitive. And so just – Love being on this team, and so much respect for the day. Obviously, Caleb Love played against us last year, and when we beat him at their place, what he did at this building was remarkable. So for him to be honored today, I thought, man, he's an awesome competitor, and I remember him beating us in this building last year. So it was awesome for him that he got honored also.
Coach, can you talk about JT's game in overtime? Because he essentially took it over, scored the first 3 field goals. Can you just talk about him?
Well, you know what we did with these two guys is, do you want to switch? And we had Luke out there for majority of the possession, so they were playing with different lineups. So, you know, when it was Karchenkov and Awaka up there, we felt like we had the size advantage with JT if we could get the switch. And then when we did finally, I mean, these dudes just orchestrated it, and we got him in where he delivered. I mean, unbelievable, really, for as physical as the game was, and to play it that way, and for him to get down there and make paint baskets to finish the game. And then his passing to get Donovan open was tremendous. I mean, now you're starting to just play the game the right way and leverage them and create opportunities, and then Leon Horner offensive rebound. And I mean, what can you say? It's a team game, man. That's what this is all about. That's what makes it so fun, and it took everybody to get it done, but definitely these two guys weren't going to let us get beat.
Can you talk about that effort late down the stretch? Obviously, Donovan hit that big 3 to essentially send it into overtime. You mentioned Leon, who was aggressive on a bunch of series. Can you just talk about the effort from guys just all over the team?
Yeah, well, I thought Luke's ball screen coverage defense at the end of the game was awesome, and he came up with a couple of huge defensive rebounds when we needed him. And I think, you know, in that game, when you can make these guys miss, I thought Donovan Atwell's defense in the middle of the floor on Bradley was awesome. And just our ability to make them miss, and to me, if you look at a stat that really jumps out at you, besides JT Toppin having 13 rebounds, is Donovan Atwell with 5 defensive rebounds, Christian with 5, and Leon with 4. I mean, I think that's guard rebounding. We were talking about that in those timeouts, and I thought he got a huge rebound at the end of the game. Just team rebounding when we could make a miss, because they were punishing us on the glass. And to limit them to one shot is how you win this game.
Questions for the players?
JT, were you surprised that after the switching from Karchenkov onto you, that they didn't try and throw anything else, maybe a flash double team or anything like that? To try?
Yeah, I was low-key a little surprised, just because that's what I go through every game is the double team. So seeing that, I was really surprised, and I was just trying to get the best shot for my team, especially knowing that they was going to try to take away my left hand. So I was surprised, but I knew if they wasn't going to switch, I had to be aggressive at that moment.
JT, in overtime, Donovan's 3, you got the ball in the middle of the floor and then turned, I think, to your right or left. And was that a set play, or did you know he was going to be over this?
Yeah, I knew he was going to be over there. We work on that every day, and I know the spacing of it, so I know if he helps, he's going to be open. So I knew they was doing that all game, trying to steal that pass. So I met it, and I strung with the ball, and then he was open, and I'm going to pass it. And Don, that's lights out for sure.
Christian, you and 2 of your teammates basically played the whole game. How do you manage to keep yourself in shape, especially considering you missed a game maybe, a week and a half ago?
Yeah, I mean, I think just the harder we practice it, it kind of helps you kind of get your wind back, especially missing a game and, you know, kind of trying to get back in the rhythm. I mean, but I've always been in good shape, you know, throughout my career, and I guess, I mean, I don't know, I just got good wind, I guess.
Christian, late down the stretch, can you talk about the mindset of the team late into the second quarter and going into overtime?
I mean, we just knew we had to get stops and we had to get rebounds, you know, not let them, you know, bully us on the glass and keep fouling them and sending them to the free throw line and give them free points. So we just said, you know, we got to lock in on defense and get stops, and then once we get stops, we got to crash the glass and then go score on the other end.
And Coach, I know you're a game-by-game type guy. The next one's the most important because it's next. But can you kind of reflect on being in the Big 12 and having this competition to play teams that are number one?
Yeah, I said going into this game, I feel like this will make us better no matter what, and I mean that. And this will make Arizona better no matter what. And I don't think this is the last time we played them, honestly. So I told our team that, and I can't tell you the amount of respect I have, not just for this league, but for this team and Tommy Lloyd and how they compete, because I think they do it the right way in every scenario. And so to beat them, and in order to have a chance to win, you have to do so many things with everything you got, and these guys did it. And that's what this league's about. The day you show up and you think that you're going to win because you're a better team is the day that you lose. And in this league, you better bring your best every night, literally every game. And that's what makes you better, and that's what prepares you for March and April and games that come down the road. And I know Arizona will be better for this game, and we're better also. Win or lose, I knew we'd be better because of it, and that's what I love about this league.
About kind of equaling them inside, or beating them there. Was that more important against a team like this that really doesn't take a lot of threes and depends on that? You really have to emphasize that more than.
Yeah, I think it's just making their twos, because they are going to shoot twos, and they're going to try to cave you in, making those as deep as possible. Get them as far away from the basket and make them contested so that you can create rebounding opportunities for yourself. And that's where I thought Donovan Atwell was pivotal. And I thought the ball screen coverages of us getting them on their heels and pushing them back a little farther out where they can't turn the corner and they're not getting inside the elbow and they're not driving down your throat. They're not throwing it to Krivas at 7 feet instead of making him catch it at 10 and Awaka catching it close to the basket. Because when they do, they get fouled and they make them. And so I just thought it was huge that we push every catch out and every attack out and do our best to at least make the twos, a little farther out than they wanted to. And I thought Donovan was phenomenal. I really do. I mean, what he did on Bradley for 4 for 14 was really, I thought, the game for us.
Coach, how have you seen Christian become a full offensive player in those ball screen situations, whether it's the pull-up three and drop or generating threes, finding JT with the two-man game just doesn't work?
Yeah, well, these guys practice hard. I mean, if you saw what goes into this, you would be like, yeah. I mean, that's what he said, that he knew Don was in that corner. I mean, we're not guessing. This isn't luck. And these dudes practice hard, and they put themselves in position every day. And if you saw how hard Coach Linder coaches these guys, you would know it too. I mean, there's no shortcuts to this. It's a grind, and you got to love it, and these dudes love it. And they show up every day, and they work, and that's what allows him to be what he is. But he's always had this. It's just, is he have the opportunity to do it? He did it in the summer at U18. He did it at U19. I mean, every time he plays, he does it. It's just when he gets the opportunity and he's in these environments, you see the best out of him, and that's who he is, and that's what he does, and that's what JT is.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank y'all. That's my best present I could give right there.